Okay, well, I'll give my little preamble spiel here. Many of you have heard this many times, but I'll do it anyway one more time for those of you that are new. Quick reminder, so 15 minutes of positivity. We meet every day just for 15 minutes, Monday through Friday at noon Pacific time, and it's open to anyone and everyone that wants to join. So it's free, and the whole idea is that we get together to just spend a little bit of time every day to make sure that we're activating these neural networks that are involved in long-term sustainable well-being. So mindfulness, attention training, gratitude, breathing exercises, all kinds of different techniques and approaches just to make sure that we're uh, doing that every day. So today being Thursday, it's Thankfulness Thursday, but the theme is gratitude. And what I was thinking about today is, I don't know where this popped up, but I don't know if you guys remember or have seen this movie, Trading Places. Dan Aykroyd and thanks Todd and Eddie Murphy, and it's pretty campy and a little bit cringeworthy too if you watch it again today. It's, uh, and I think the point of it, or the reason this is relevant for today, is I think there's a, like, the essence of the message is this notion of finding gratitude by trading places. So going through the thought experiment of what would it be like for me if I was living a very different life than I'm living right now. So I think we take our sense of safety, those of us that live here in Northern California, or the United States right now, we're not engaged in a war. No one's trying to, bomb our homes. And yet, if for some reason, um, beyond our control, we had been born in the Ukraine or many other parts of the world, we'd be living a completely different reality, right? Or, the sense of, our health and the body that we have. I know many of us, don't find the state of our body or our health satisfying. We're in pain, we're not as fit as we want to be, and we struggle with certain things. And there's an element of, gosh, it could be even very different than what it is right now. So as unsatisfying as it might feel right now to us, I think there's a really healthy exercise in going through imagining what it might be like to be in a very different circumstance and a different perspective from which being in the situation that we're actually in would feel, yeah, would fill us with gratitude, a sense of appreciation for what we actually have. So I thought, today let's spend some time exploring that. Quick reminder, what is gratitude? Gratitude is the embodied experience of something that we feel, that accompanies the awareness that we are the beneficiaries of something that is beyond our control. So something that we haven't directly contributed to. So, think the fact that we are, where we live, the fact that we were born at this time and place in in the United States and versus, elsewhere, the fact that we received the genetic code that we received, the fact that we received uh, the benefits of, maybe it was imperfect parenting, but nonetheless, we received what we received. And here we are today. And these are all things that are happening to us and not necessarily because of something that we have done. And so that's the theme that I want to focus on today, is this idea of, through no doing of our own, we're benefiting from something. Great. Let's try that. Let's practice. Start by closing your eyes. Matt, since you're driving, please don't close your eyes right now. Yeah, and let's just drop in to the here and now. Taking a quick scan of what your body feels like in this moment. Maybe focusing on your belly, solar plexus in your chest, shoulders, and see if you can just soften and relax just a tiny bit more. Busyness and hecticness of our life will be waiting for us. We have, a few minutes together to just take a break and step outside of this daily process. Let's just soften. Notice the body breathing. Notice the heart beating. And then let's take a moment to notice our, what I would call our life situation, or a sense of the experience of safety. I'm guessing for the most part, most of us are enjoying or receiving a general degree of safety. Again, I don't know what your specific life circumstance is, but just noticing that we are not in a state of war, we're not in a state of famine, we're not in a pandemic. As imperfect as this situation is, it's not too hard to imagine what it might be like to be living in the Ukraine, or in areas of violence in Africa or the Middle East. There's so many parts of the planet, literally billions of humans, that aren't enjoying this relative sense of safety and peace that we have right now. It's not that hard to imagine situations in which we would give anything to trade that experience for the one that we're actually living right now, every day. And moving on to our health. Again, I know many of us are struggling with mental health, physical health, chronic pain, aging. So I don't mean in any way to diminish that, but it's also, I think, helpful to imagine many circumstances that, again, billions of other humans in this moment are experiencing: hunger, fear, abuse, pain. Maybe experiencing gratitude for what we do have right now in terms of our health, as imperfect as it may be. We get to experience this, not that. And then shifting our attention to relationships, the people in our life. Again, I'm guessing it's all pretty imperfect. That's just the way things are. And maybe use your imagination for a second and imagine what it would be like to be one of the many billions of humans that are experiencing extreme distress due to their relationships. Abusive communities, abusive family members. Imagining that if they could trade places with us for what we do have right now, what that would be like. And then last but not least, dropping into the relationship that we have with ourselves, that incessant inner critic that's judgmental about our faults and our imperfections. Just taking a moment to appreciate that, just appreciating what we do, in fact, have. We're all here on this call, spending time together to heal, to feel better. And that in and of itself is something to be grateful for. My line of work, I meet so many humans that don't even have that capacity in this moment to actually engage in this call, to get together in a group and try to heal. So even that's something to appreciate and be grateful for. I think the theme of today is I think it's a good exercise when we feel frustrated or pissed off or just irritated by whatever circumstance we find ourselves in, just to take a moment and imagine what would it take to feel grateful for being able to be stuck in traffic, to be stuck in a home where the electricity just went out. Like whatever situation it is, just noticing there's so many circumstances, there's so many humans on planet Earth right now that would love to trade places with us if they could. Just appreciate that. Take a deep breath in, long exhale. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And deep inhale, long exhale. Letting it all out. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. That's it for today. I hope that was a helpful reminder. And I'll stick around for a few more minutes if anyone wants to chat. Otherwise, have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow.